I don't know if shessomickey intended this to be used as a video tag, but that's how I'm going to use it. I'm going to do the less than famous tag. Happy Sunday, Paul Talkers. I am getting ready for VidCon. I'm packing, I'm doing laundry. As you can tell, I've made my bed naked. I don't know why I decided to do all my bed linens, but apparently I did. Anyway, shessomickey did this video where she talked about the less than famous panel for this year's VidCon. I want to go. There's the Women on YouTube panel that conflicts with it on the schedule. I don't know if I can go, but I can do this video. What brought you here? At the beginning of 2013, I was going through this streak of offering up relationship and dating advice to my friends and having it well received and working out pretty well. To the point where after 4 or 5 of those events happened, one of my friends suggested to me that I actually start up a dating advice column of some sort, like a blog. I didn't want to do a blog. I wanted to talk to people because that is my strength, I think. I think my strength is communicating with people kind of on a one-on-one basis. And so I tried to see if that would translate into video format. I did that as a collaboration with my friends so that it's not just one viewpoint about various dating topics, but that's where I began. I started off by doing advice videos about sex, dating, and relationships here on YouTube like a year and a half ago. The videos were well received. They're coming back. There are going to be more of them. A while after I started the advice videos, I decided I would also do some vlog type videos where I can give my opinions on various topics that are important to me, ranging from the seriousness of social issues to things as specific as why I didn't like that episode of Doctor Who. I can talk about that for a long time. And thus was born the Paul Talks series, which is the predominant show on this channel now. Why do you stay? I'm a little surprised to discover that I apparently have a unique voice, which is welcomed here, and I can use my very privileged position in many areas of society to speak out as an ally on lots of various social topics. In short, I feel very welcomed here for many of my, what would otherwise be potentially controversial views. Thank you, YouTube. What lessons have you learned? I've learned that despite what you might hear on the news and from politicians, that all of the various types of hate, sexism, racism, homophobia, ableism, are alive and kicking and need fighting against. I've also learned that no matter what horrible things are out there, there are communities of very caring, good-hearted people who are willing to stand up against it. I've also learned that lighting can make the difference between a pretty video and a not very pretty video. Lighting, go figure. What kinds of people have you met? Online, I've met people from those communities I mentioned. I've met booktubers and young tubers, less than famous tubers, socially active tubers, vegetarian YouTubers, people from NaNoWriMo vlogs, people from VEDUV vlogs. Offline, to my constant surprise, I've had a couple of people who introduced themselves to me and have told me that they've seen my videos before I met them. And they like the stuff that I make. That, honestly, that kind of still blows my mind. How has this enriched your life? Pretty much every time there's a news story or some sort of social issue comes to the foreground that's about something that makes me upset or angry or fires me up, that I want to fight the good fight, I have discovered that these communities that I like on YouTube, I can trust that someone's going to make a video speaking out for the position with which I agree. Or if I don't want to wait for one of those videos to appear, I can make a video of my own speaking my mind on those political, social issues. And so far, 100% of the time, people will just appear, even new viewers will appear and say, I agree with you, we are fighting the good fight together. It makes me think that I'm not the only weirdo like this. YouTube and its communities remind me on a daily basis that I am not alone. What annoys or frustrates or scares you? I kind of lumped all those questions in together. What annoys me is how difficult it is to automate anything in YouTube. I feel like I should be able to make templates of the annotations I use because I use the same freaking annotations on all my videos. I mean, a few more here and there, but a lot of the stuff is exactly the same and I have to waste time doing them over and over and over and over again. It's very frustrating. But what scares me about this place is how freaking easy it is for people to be hateful, trollish commenters. I mean, that Google Plus integration that's supposed to make things better, it mostly just hurt people who are speaking on the positive side of social issues, who are using their anonymity for their own safety, and it didn't seem to stop the hateful trolls at all. They are still freaking everywhere. What do you want people to talk about that we don't talk about enough? Our faves are problematic. Hank Green's not perfect. John Green's not perfect. Rose and Rosie are not perfect. Emma Blackray's not perfect. And these are people with hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of subscribers, where they can mess up, and while a small YouTuber would get called out for it, and might have to address it in some fashion, and might actually learn from that experience. The big YouTubers, they actually have to be a certain huge amount of violent in order to be called out for the shit that they do, for the problems that they exhibit. And that sucks. Nobody should be exempt from being called out on the carpet for some of the shit that they do because they're making mistakes, because they don't know any better. Sometimes it's an innocent mistake, but a lot of it just goes by unnoticed, and it can expand. I don't know how to bring better focus to the problems of big YouTubers so that we can fight against the YouTube culture of celebritizing, but it's a discussion that we need to have and keep having, where even big YouTubers learn and apologize. And my own question that I'm adding to this is, what's so special about less than famous YouTubers? We can be fearless. We can be different. We can be weird. We can break conventions. We can defy what people normally think of as how YouTube videos are supposed to work. We can do whatever the hell we want to do, and it's okay, because we're not that famous yet. We don't have a huge slew of people who are relying upon us to deliver particular content. We're not relying upon a paycheck to come through on a weekly or monthly basis for delivering the exact same kind of content. I think about one of my favorite YouTubers, Emily Eifler, Blink Pop Shift. She's actually going to be on the Less Than Famous panel this year. The content that she creates is brilliant and thoughtful, and I don't know anybody else who thinks about those sorts of things. But more importantly, the framework that she uses to deliver that content, I definitely have not seen anywhere else. The glitching that she does is brilliant and startling and kind of shakes me every time it happens. But I love it! And I think to myself, would a big YouTuber do that? Would a Grace Helbig do that? Would a Gen X Pen do that? Would even a Hank Green do that? They're all fine YouTubers, but frankly, they deliver consistent, predictable content. It's unpredictable within the framework of its predictability. Less than famous YouTubers? We can do whatever the fuck we want to do, and sometimes it can be amazing. Sometimes it can be horrible, but sometimes it can be amazing. That is what's so special about us. This is where I see innovation. This is where I see unconventional thought and execution. This is what I keep coming back to in my subscriptions over and over again. So those are my thoughts about less than famous YouTubers. Yelled at the camera. Speaking of less than famous YouTubers, my YouTuber of the day is going to be OpenLB, aka Linda Barcy. I discovered her last year just before NaNoWriMo because she is a writer. Her videos are inspirational and motivational and educational, and they are both about writing specifically, but also generally for creativity. And I will readily admit that in my creative slumps, I have watched some of her videos and they have inspired me to keep going and to try something new or to try something better. I cannot speak highly enough about her channel, so please subscribe to OpenLB. Check her out on the Less Than Famous panel because she's there as well. I mean, it's gonna be a freaking awesome panel. And the reason why I'm vlogging every day until VidCon, although this is actually, I think, the penultimate one, it is so close, is this. My crowdfunding campaign for RAIN, the Rape Abuse Incest National Network. I'm trying to raise a bunch of money for them before I go off to VidCon. If you've got $1 or $2 or 50 cents to spare, whatever you can spare, please click through and donate. On the other hand, if you'd like to support this campaign, but you don't have the money to spare or you don't want to spare the money, what you can do instead is click over to this video, my brave 500 subscribers video, and if you click a like on YouTube, that'll donate $2 to the campaign. $1 from me and $1 from my day job. It's that easy. Just click a like on it and you give $2 to the campaign. Plus, I'm pretty proud of that video. I think it might be the best video I've ever made. So that's it for my possibly penultimate vlogging every day until VidCon video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Please share this with your friends. If you want to share a rant about less than famous YouTubers with your friends. Leave any questions, comments, and suggestions below. If nothing else, tell me something that matters to you because I want to know what matters to you. And as always, thanks for watching.